Hello, Dave here with Organic Gardening in North Carolina. It is March the 15th. I am going to give you a garden tour. Things are coming to life. There's some things that I'm excited about, and let's get started. Okay, here's the garden spot that I'm converting into a garden from the lawn. I put some vetch in it last fall, and that's starting to come to life. Also had some buckwheat, which grew and reseeded itself, which is coming up. I also planted some radishes just a few days ago here. Let's see, I got some blueberries here too. They're about ready to start blooming. I had onions in this little plot here last fall. But right now, there's some spinach sprouting. I planted some beets down here. They're not up yet. Here is the garlic coming to life. This is the garlic from the bottom cloves, and these smaller ones are from the top cloves. So it'll be interesting to see how they grow and what size they're going to be in the end. This bed has some good King Henry that I planted last fall. There's a couple good King Henrys coming up there. They need the cold weather to sprout, which is why I planted them in the fall. And I planted some other things like perpetual spinach in this bed, but it looks like the cat or dog has been digging in here. So I just replanted it with, I believe I put beets. And let's see, on the far end here, I believe that's, let's see, what is that? That would be Swiss chard. And then this one, I'm not sure what that is. Almost looks like a sunflower. Could be a sunflower. Here's my Hugo culture beds, which I planted with some various things. That there's arugula from last year, some Swiss chard from last year. There's lettuce coming up. I planted some lettuces. There's some kale from last year. Can't resist that. Then, let's see, that's carrots. Let's plant some carrots on the top of this Hugo culture bed. Actually, there's carrots all over the place there. I did plant a lot of carrots all around the garden. There's some more here. Some blackberries that are starting to bloom. Comfrey sprouting out all over the place. That would probably be some kale, if I'm not mistaken. Planted some strawberries in the grandkids' plot. These are ever-bearing. They're already blooming, and I know I should pick the blooms off this year, but I'm not going to. See how they do anyways. There's some big Swiss chard from last year. Or actually, that's from like 2 years ago. It's still growing. Let's see, I put some perpetual spinach and some other things in here. I believe that might be Swiss chard. I always take a video of what I put in where when I plant it, so that I can go back and check and see, because I usually don't remember. There's some arugula from last year going to seed. The leaves are still good to eat, even at that stage. they are a little bit stronger. Here's some lettuce. More arugula going to seed. Spinach. Swiss chard. Here's some Brussels sprouts. I bought these from the store. The first ones I got died immediately. I think they may not have been hardened off, or it was because I planted them right when we got like a 20-degree night. But they definitely died. Some more little kale coming up. Let's see, in here I've just planted some sheep sorrel. Some cetus, I believe, which is like a celery lettuce combination. And then up here, I planted some bloody dock. And that's like a perennial kind of something. Never tried that before either. Here's some lettuce that I bought from the store also. Cilantro. More cilantro. A lot of raspberries sprouting up in this row. I believe I planted kale in here last fall, right when it got cold, so it didn't really come up. And it seems like I planted something else this spring. So we'll see what comes up. Okay, let's get the other side of my trellis here. Here's some broccoli that I got from the store also. This is one thing that I'm happy about, excited about. This would be a fig cutting that I put in the ground, and it had just gotten started last fall. And now it is sprouting out the bottom. So I'm excited about that. I didn't even know if that one was going to make it this year, but it looks like it's going to. Let's see, I got stuff coming up all over the place. More cilantro. There's a lettuce plant under there. I need to dig up my Jerusalem artichokes before they start growing too much. Some more spinach. More broccoli plants. I did sort of a winter sowing of some onions. Looks like it was burpee onion, babosa, Spanish onion. But I planted some outside there, and then I planted some inside a container. Let's see if I can see in there. There we go. So they're coming up great in there, and I'm going to go ahead and thin those when they get a little bigger. Plant them out in the garden. Let's see. I did plant some good King Henry in here also. That may be a good King Henry right there. Not positive. Then I also have arugula coming up there from fresh seeds, so that shouldn't bolt as quickly as the stuff that's sprouting from last year still. Here's some more. Let's see. Let me think. I should put little labels out here so I can think of what things are. Okay, it's horseradish. That's right. This is horseradish that I did not harvest this year. Just letting it grow some more. Look at that little cute little mushroom. Here's my hugelkultur worm bin, which I haven't really showed much recently. But I've got, the worms are doing really well in there. Got lots of them. I have these things. My sister gave these things to me a long time ago. And you put water in them, and they get the heat during the day, and they hold it at night, so you can put things out like weeks earlier. And I actually planted cucumber in here. I'm thinking about letting the cucumber grow and come out the top here, and I'm wondering if that might keep them safe from the vine borer. So that's my thought. See what happens. I did plant some seeds in there of cucumber. There's some things coming up, not cucumbers yet. I think I might have put some marigold seeds too in there from off the plants that were here. There's peppermint coming up all over my garden because I didn't really care about it being invasive. I have lots of onions that I put little sets in the ground too. I pulled these potatoes out of the compost bin because they were sprouting. I've got actually quite a few of them that sprouted from the worm compost bin. This is sort of an experiment because it's awful early, but I had sprouted some why is my mind going blank? I must not be awake quite yet. This is okra, which is a warm weather crop that I have out here awful early. I planted some seeds in flats about a week ago and then brought them out here and put them in the ground. So we'll see what happens with those. Strawberries coming to life. Down here are a couple more potatoes that sprouted from just peelings, really just peelings I had in the worm compost bin. Okay, we're about at the top of the garden. Wow, that's a nice looking kale. Another one, nice looking kale. I planted some sunflowers along the top of the garden. Sunflowers are really good for the soil. Their roots go down about 5 feet and they leave the soil in better condition than before they were planted. Let's see, here's some more spinach. Got a row up here, and I planted some sugar peas, snow peas underneath this little wire trellis here. But I just planted them, so I'm a little late on them. But they should be coming up soon. Here is some catnip that made it through the winter. I was sort of surprised at that. See the cat come out here, roll around in that every once in a while. Alright, so that's the garden tour, March 15th, 2016. I'm going to put these garden tours in a playlist so you can see them from January, or go back as far as you want to and catch the whole year. So that's what I'll do with these. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.